The Jeffrey Epstein debacle is quite a mess. Now, this is an off the dome video. I often get folks asking me questions about topics that are in the news, and I generally make a video that way I can reference it, because if you get one question, you're going to get many of them. So here's my off the dome response in regards to the whole saga regarding Jeffrey Epstein. Fact is, it's creating a mess for President Trump. You just saw him take to social media the other day and state, "Stop talking about Epstein," all caps, a hell of a lot of exclamation points behind it. He wants people to stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Here's the problem. Here is the problem that Trump is, the conundrum he's faced with. Several years now, you've had content creators, everyone from Megyn Kelly to Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, Glenn Beck, all of these folks have been demanding that information in regards to who the hell were involved in the same criminal activities as Jeffrey Epstein be released. We want the list to come out. Now, it was fun and enjoyable when you could throw this over the Biden administration and bash the hell out of the liberals and suggest that the Democrats were deliberately hiding the names of high-ranking pedophiles. So Trump campaigned on, if you elect me, I'm going to bring transparency back to the White House, and we're not going to have these secrets. We're not going to hide out folks that are part of the damn deep state and abusing children. This is what Trump campaigned on, which is why he's having such a hard time getting folks now to stop talking about what he literally promised to deliver throughout the campaign. Now, currently today, Trump held a press conference where he's now claiming that this whole Epstein list thing is a Democratic hoax. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Pam Bondi, earlier in Trump's term this time, in his second term, stated that she had Epstein files or the Epstein list, however they want to rephrase this, but she had it on her desk and it was going to be reviewed and released. She stated that on Fox News. All of a sudden, now she comes out in the last week or so suggesting there is no list in existence at all. And it has left MAGA with the job of trying to translate what she said originally about having a list on her desk so that it doesn't mean she had the list on her desk. Also, there's a photo, the video of all of these high-level far-right folks holding up what looked like notebooks and binders, claiming that they had possession of the Epstein files, and now they got to explain that away as well. So it's creating all sorts of a mess for Trump because he campaigned and ran on something for quite a length of time and delivered nothing. In fact, not only did he not deliver, he's now suggesting there was nothing there to ever even talk about. It's just a Democratic hoax. He's actually perpetrating this or pinning this on Barack Obama. Trump is saying the Epstein Democratic hoax was perpetrated by Barack Obama. Now, let me go into, take a quick deep dive. First of all, don't shit happen in Trump's administration without Trump's approval. So don't believe for a second that Pam Bondi went from having the Epstein files or list on her desk to suggesting it doesn't exist at all on her own. The idea that no list exists and there was nothing to see here was not created by Pam Bondi. That likely is something that Trump passed down, and then Pam Bondi echoed it. Pam Bondi is not doing all this shit on her own. I'm going to make that clear. Otherwise, if she was fucking up the Trump administration with her misstatements, Trump would likely be holding her accountable and probably throwing her under the bus as opposed to defending her, which is what he's doing now. Obviously, Pam Bondi led folks to believe something was taking place, something was going to happen. That did not. And now, in addition to her suggesting the files and the list was on her desk, she also talked about the JFK and Martin Luther King stuff as well. None of that's come out. None of it has. So she may be facing future backlash with that as well. But none of that stuff has come out. So promises made, promises not kept. But the idea that she's doing all this on her own, there really is no one in Trump's administration that act independent of Trump. If Trump wants the list to come out, it's coming out. If Trump does not want the list to come out, it's not coming out. Pam Bondi's not doing this on her own. So that's the thing. And like I said, if she was saying there was a list of files on her desk and there really wasn't, Trump would be holding her accountable for lying, and he's not doing that. He's actually defending her. Now, in regards to the notion that it's a Democratic hoax, everyone from Candace Owens to Glenn Beck to Tucker Carlson, likes of Ben Shapiro, hell, even Joe Rogan, all these content creators, conservative podcasters, they've been talking and demanding Epstein information for several years now. All of a sudden, Trump gets reelected, and now he wants to claim it's a Democratic hoax? This shit's been floating around for almost a half a decade or more. He could have been said it was a Democratic hoax. When it was being used to beat Biden over the head, he didn't have any problem letting the Republican Party believe this shit was true, and if you elect him, he would deliver on it. Now, all of a sudden, when he's in the hot seat, and it's his job to actually deliver on it, he wants to claim it's a hoax. I would also state to my MAGA viewers, my beloved MAGA, that often suggest, well, if Trump's name is on the list, why the hell did not the Democrats produce this? They didn't want Trump to get reelected, so if his name was actually on the list, they would have produced it. I'm going to give you two issues with that. First of all, my analysis, I'm going to speculate here. I don't know what the hell's going on with the list or not. We're speculating here. But I'm going to speculate that there's probably prominent Democrats on the list as well. And if they actually release the list, it's going to hurt Democrats that they care about as well. So as opposed to trying to pin this to Trump and destroying a hell of a lot of Democrats, I believe they just let it go. I believe under the Biden administration, whatever's there, they kept it quiet. Now, in a slight defense of Biden, and I do believe the list should have been released under him just like it should be released under Trump. But the reason Trump is getting hammered is because he campaigned on doing it. Biden didn't. If Trump did not campaign on releasing the Epstein list, this shit wouldn't be happening right now. He's being held accountable for what he said. And now we're trying to go back and hold Biden accountable for something he did not say. This is literally just a product of Trump running his mouth over and over and over again. Producing the Epstein files, the Epstein list, was something that Trump could campaign on and get a hell of a lot of people on his side. But it looks like he never had any intention to deliver at all. Because the minute he got in office, now he's begging people to stop talking about it. You were fine with people talking about the Epstein list every day, all day, when Biden was president. And I'm going to submit this to you. If Kamala Harris or Biden had won the 2024 election, Trump would not give a damn about people still talking about the Epstein list. And there's no way in hell he would be calling it a hoax like he is now. It was a campaign issue to campaign on that he likely never wanted to see the light of day. But as long as the liberals were in office, you could use it to stir votes and support your way. But now that you're in office and actually have to deliver, boom, there's nothing to see. Now, last but not least, this is the more sinister part. Is Trump on the list? Obviously, Elon Musk said he is. None of us know. So I'm not going to definitively state here that I believe he's on the list or not, because I don't know. But like I said, Elon Musk, who has had a lot of information, into all sorts of shit, not to mention anybody else that may have been hanging around Trump, in Trump's inner circle. Elon had contact with all of them as well. All of Trump's administration, he's been able to have access to private meetings, many of Trump's friends, all of that. So it's possible that either Elon got access to the list or got access to someone else that got access to the list, because he's been all in Trump's inner circle for at least a year. So I'm not going to just automatically suggest, well, Elon don't know shit when he's been deep into Trump's inner circle like that. I'm not going to just denounce what Elon is saying. But I will say this, whether Trump's on the list or not, any guy, and I'm talking Jeffrey Epstein, any guy that can get men laid at will is going to have a lot of people hanging around him. Period. Jeffrey Epstein was offering free pussy. Period. Now, we're talking underage people. I assume they probably all were not underage. 18 to 21s are probably in there too. If you are offering your friends an opportunity to get laid when they hang around you, you're going to have a lot of people hanging around you. And I'm talking elite members of society, you name it. A lot of people hanging around you. And we're supposed to believe that the men that hung around Jeffrey Epstein were turning down the pussy. They were all savvy, reliable, and loyal, and respectable enough to turn down what could be unlimited sex. We're supposed to believe they all did that. I'm not saying anybody's on the damn list. I'm just simply saying that's a hell of a bridge to climb. To believe that all these people hanging around this dude was turning down what amounts to free ass, free pussy. Now, in regards to Trump specifically, he is quoted as not only speaking favorably of Epstein, but admitting this guy has a lot of women he hang around, and he likes them young. Does that mean Trump did not know that they were underage? I'll leave that up to you, but there is a whole lot of pictures between Epstein hanging around Trump, and they are photo and video with people who are clearly underage. Does that mean they were, having sex with him? I can't speak to that. But there's absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, enough shit present to at least question the notion that he possibly could have been involved in some of this stuff. Not to mention, we know Trump himself likes young girls. How young? We can debate that. But there's photos of him going past a girl on an escalator that looks like she couldn't be no more than 11, where he stated, in 10 years I'll be dating her, which means he had to find her attractive to make that statement. He wouldn't look at a 10-year-old that's unattractive and say that. So clearly he already was, this is what happened. It's not me speculating. He had his daughter on his lap and stated something to the notion of, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her. He has made statements like that. Once again, I'm not saying he's on the list, but there's enough there to at least say it's not impossible to think it could have happened unless you just support Trump no matter what. My take on this is, for folks who automatically assume there's no way Trump could have been on the list, I don't think they would have the same strong mindset if Bill Clinton was on video and photos with Epstein, making the same quotes as Trump, passing 10-year-olds on an escalator, making statements like that, and talking about the possibility of how he would be dating his daughter if she wasn't his daughter. If it was a liberal or some other person you were not politically invested in, I don't think you would be so quick to dismiss it. So my guess is this saga, this debacle in regards to the Epstein list on Trump will continue, because it's getting to the point where it's obvious there is at least some dishonesty going on between Pam Bondi saying what she had to say, Trump campaigning on releasing the Epstein list, and now it's all of a sudden a hoax. At the very least, someone in the Trump administration is not being honest. And before I end, let me just make it clear here. Epstein passed away August 10th, 2019. Trump left office January 21st, 2021. So that means Trump was in office almost a year and a half after Epstein was dead. So he certainly has the ability to know if there's a real list or not and all that information. So all of the criticism in regards to Epstein under the Biden administration, if it's a Democratic hoax, that means he knew about that then. He could have stopped Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and all of them and told them there's nothing here to this. He didn't do it. All of a sudden he gets elected and now he wants to say it's a hoax? Make that make sense. So let me know, what do you think? Do you at least see where there is enough there to ask questions in regards to what's coming from Trump and his administration? Or do you believe, like some folks, Trump is totally innocent, it's a Democratic hoax, and we just need to move on? Let me know in the comments what you think. As always, feel free to smash that like button, click the notification bell, and of course, subscribe to the damn channel. See you in the next video.